I think Jimmy John's is a little basic sandwich.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Peyton Manning just seems like a basic dude, like a basic retired football dude.
Fair.
He's doing the commercials, right? You see him on TV doing
Absolutely.
commercials now. So I feel like I could definitely just see him holding up, Jimmy John's, and he throws it like a football in the commercial. It makes sense.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, a podcast with nerdy tones and shifting formats. I am your host today, Sam, and I am joined by my two wonderful, amazing co-hosts, Spiffy Steffi.
Hello, it's me.
And Larissa.
Hiya.
Hey, guys, welcome back. It's been, like a week since we've talked last.
A week.
And it seems like forever. Just hanging out with you guys. It's always great catching up. And the best thing about catching up is knowing about what happened in that last week, talking about it, and just giving you guys a small talk. I mean, if you just have something on your mind, something interesting you want to tell me, that's fine too. Do you got a fun fact? What's your favorite color? Tell me these things. I want to know. Steph, we'll start with you because I don't live with you.
My favorite color is green.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. You sounded like it was like a short little introduction.
No, I know. I'm just goofing with you.
I know. But it is green. I'm not goofing about that. I do like
no
green
goofs
a lot.
about green.
Yeah, so school update.
Ooh.
I have, in the last 2 days, put in work for my schooling.
Okay.
I'm on my last part. So I'm almost there. I'm almost done.
The final frontier.
Yes, there's 15 units in this bigger this course course has 15 units.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I only have 3 left.
Whoa.
Oh, 3. That's not too bad.
So, congrats.
I've done 6 units in 2 days.
Whoa.
Well, 12 in 2 days, but 6 each of those days. So
you deserve a round of applause.
I'm hoping to be done by the time the podcast comes out. So hopefully that's the case. Whoop, whoop. So I'm very excited about that because I'm sure if the listeners have been paying attention and hearing and remembering that I've been in school, this is supposed to be like a year-long course. I started it in October, so I was supposed to have it done within a year, but I'm getting it done way ahead of time. So
I think our listeners probably have a Steph spreadsheet by this point.
No, I
of
get
your
it.
classes and what's going on.
Absolutely.
It's like one of those boards with all the red strings attached, and they're trying to figure out where it's all connected.
Yeah.
And bringing up spreadsheets, I know Blueprints is really popular, and you were telling me on TikTok that people are making spreadsheets of all their different layouts and stuff. Maybe they're doing that for Steph and her courses.
Oh, maybe. I thought you were talking to Steph for a second. I was like, Steph, you're playing Blueprints?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's like a new, roguelike puzzle solver game where it's like you're in a house and you have to try to solve mysteries. Really complex.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I'm not good at puzzle games. Other than that, we've been kind of enjoying the nice weather outside, going on lots of walks, things like that. Yard care, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not much else is going on. So I'll let someone else take the floor.
We went from super fun stuff to super boring stuff.
I know, I'm sorry. I was just excited about my class almost being done, so that was the most pressing thing.
Yeah, as I say, you kind of don't have a lot of time for fun activities. How far are you, I guess, as far as One Piece goes? Let's answer that question.
Oh, that's a good question. I knew that we did 1,111.
Wow.
But we're above that. I just remember that was significant because it was 4 ones in a row. So I was like, oh, okay.
How many are there total right now?
I think it's in the 1,200s.
Oh, so you're almost there.
I think we're almost caught up. We've definitely slowed down our pace of watching it. But it's just also because we haven't had much time to watch it as of recent. So we're watching it here and there. And also we've been watching Scissor 7 together
good
as
show.
well. So that's a shorter anime. There's not many episodes with that. So that's been a quick one to watch.
So quick question. Sorry to follow up on that again.
You're
I know.
good.
So after One Piece, I was asking your husband, naming a bunch of animes. What is next on the docket? I know you've listed a few that you have interest in, and you got to catch up on a lot.
My coworker told me I'm not allowed to watch anything else but Solo Leveling because he has no one else nerdy at work to talk about anime with. Sure. And he was like, I need you to watch this so I can talk about it. So
that's good.
I'll say it's a great show because of its animation and its action. As far as story goes, it's the same as any other I'm the weakest, but now I'm the strongest. You know,
A
no
classic
spoilers.
A classic shonen. I love it.
I did tell your husband to also watch Hell's Paradise.
Yeah,
Okay.
very cool. Very trippy, very surreal, very spiritual based, and a
But
lot
it's
of
like
lore.
a lot of action too, a lot of
Okay.
intensity. So it's a really cool anime.
We watched like my husband made me watch what's the one based on the video game? The 7-7. What was it? Oh my! I don't even remember the name of it.
Near Automata?
The punk cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. Yes, Edge Runners. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we watched that anime.
That's fun.
And
That's
I
cool.
feel like that's whatever you were mentioning. It just reminded me of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I have a list for you that you need to probably watch. I know you guys got to get through Jujutsu Kaisen still.
Yep.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Yep.
Freerin.
Yep.
So yeah, you got a list.
8. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Spy
yep.
Family.
Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, there's a lot. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, enough about you, nerd. Larissa, what's up? What's on your? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, and traditional blue, nothing too fancy.
Yeah.
Basic.
I know. I mean, some might call it cyan, if we're going to get technical, because
Okay.
I like it. It's a primary color, what can I say? And talking about anime, Sam and I finished up Delicious in Dungeon the other day.
Nice.
Yep.
And came highly recommended by our friends. And, in the beginning, I was like, okay, this is very episodic, very calming, very, cooking-based show. And then, halfway through the season, it, picked up for, story progression and character development, where I was like, oh, this is going to be like a proper anime with a mystery and struggles.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm really into the story of oh my goodness, I want to know how they're going to solve all their problems. Is this person going to be able to restore their humanity? I'm super excited.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly.
I know a lot of people like it because I've seen it on Tumblr, and I know if something's on Tumblr talked about a lot, then it's popular.
Absolutely.
People like it,
and usually in a good way too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So other than that, I too have been doing a bunch of yard work, so you don't have to feel too bad for bringing that up, Steph. Us dadding it up,
All the
Someone
dads on the
has
podcast.
to.
The two out of 3 dads on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I am getting to the age where I'm like, oh no, it just rained. Do I want to cut it now, or am I gonna wait a couple more days? It's kind of growing tall. What do I do? And then I noticed my neighbor was cutting their lawn, and I'm like, oh no, the clock is ticking.
You got 48 hours to respond.
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, Steph, I bet you have that problem with your neighbors. They're probably really annoying with cutting their grass.
No, they are. I'm not kidding you. I genuinely think a neighbor has OCD or something about cutting their
That's
grass.
rude.
No, not to be mean, but
They're
it's
related to you.
It's every 2. No, not that.
The
neighbor.
other one.
The other, a different one. But she's out there every 2 days cutting.
Whoa,
And
that's
it's
just
the
too much.
perfect. It's the perfect crisscross X every time.
Wow,
You should-
I'm like,
never.
You should slit her lawnmower tires.
That's crazy.
Sabotage her lawnmower. Yeah.
Absolutely. Talking about that, I saw someone on TikTok right before we started this podcast that they were going to take goo gone on someone's Cybertruck bumper, and they're like, "You guys better watch out." I was like, "What? Okay."
Well,
What
because
does that mean?
every Cybertruck, all the panels are held up with small amounts of super glue
Okay.
and just regular glue. There's panelings that are flying off on the highways and
That's
damaging
insane.
vehicles, and people's panels just peel off. And when you look at the thing, it's literally okay. You have maybe an 8-foot panel of solid steel,
Sure.
and it's being held up with a zigzag of super glue.
Wow.
So Gugon would just destroy the whole car and just fall apart.
I see.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know if I recommend that, but I'm not going to stop anyone from doing that.
Real quick, speaking of trucks, there's a new billionaire-backed truck called the Slate. It's backed by Jeff Bezos. I don't think he owns the company, but he's
crossed.
backing it up. But it's interesting because it's called Slate, and it looks like a pickup truck, but it's an EV, and it's bare bones basic. So you have crank windows, no stereo system in it. I think you have speakers where you can hook up your phone and play podcasts and
You're
music
really
through your
not
phone through the
selling
speakers.
It, Sam.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not trying to sell it, but I'm just saying
Sure.
it's very interesting because it's also very thin plastic. Apparently, safety reports are good, but it weighs next to nothing, and it's an EV. So it'd be interesting to see if it actually goes to market because it's supposed to be less than $20,000 MSRP,
Which is
which is
insane for
crazy.
Trucks. Yeah.
Trucks and EVs in general. So
And the truck bed's supposed to be decent.
yeah, pretty decent. And then you can
Yeah.
actually convert part of the truck bed into 3 more seats. You can have a 5-seat SUV essentially and
That's
put a
pretty
top
cool.
on it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Never
So-
heard of it.
They just started like talking about it within the last couple weeks. So
Yeah.
very new. Yeah. Is that it, Larissa? Do you have anything else?
I was just going to say that our friends were getting old, and so we just celebrated a big 30th birthday bash over the weekend.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
for a Samster, yeah.
It was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We played a lot of Quiplash and Jackbox games, and it was just like a good time of like remembering, I don't know, good
COVID.
times. Yeah, well, that too.
Anything else, Larissa?
No, that was it.
You spray painted patio furniture.
I sure did. I did that, and it looks great. We got lucky that the spray paint color that I picked out was like the same color and tone as the previous paint or stain that was on the patio furniture. So it looks like even if I messed up, you can't tell. So it's great.
That's nice.
Absolutely. Okay, time for Sam. My favorite color is teal, which I guess is kind of a mix between your guys's. It's a blue-green of sorts.
Yeah.
I don't have much controversial for 2025. I think I actually only have...
That's controversial.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a busy week this past week, so I didn't really have time to think about it. The only big controversial corner thing I have is every once in a while on TikTok or just in general, I get clips of crime show, like just little snippets of like CSI, NCIS, Law and Order SVU, Criminal Minds, all that stuff. They are the worst. Every like detective on that show is like the worst detective because it is always 100% guilty until proven innocent on those shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the first person they see that they think is a suspect, like, why'd you kill him? How long have you killed him for? And I was like, okay, you know it's not this guy, and it's going to be the third guy, your fourth guy you introduce, but it's
so
the same
happy
time.
For you, Sam. You're finally learning being aware of the propaganda and the fascist language that surrounded our media.
I've always been around all that, but I'm just saying, like, they're the worst investigators and detectives, and everybody calls them out online. But I think a lot of people like them because they're like TV personalities, and they're like they're the best detective and like smartest guy in the room. And I'm like,
it's like a popcorn flick. It's easy to sink your teeth into and not think about.
The one that a lot of people target for whatever reason is Olivia Benson from SVU. Okay, she always just is like, you're getting locked up for life, and then it turns out
dramatic
that they're innocent.
Yeah.
But okay, and I guess this next one might be partially controversial, and there's been a huge debate online of 100 men versus one gorilla.
I literally just saw that.
I don't know what you're
huge debate
about.
online of could 100 men, and any 100 men that exist right now, like non-fictional, like living people, take on one gorilla.
I don't know.
And everybody's saying no because the gorilla would just start going crazy, and there's a fear factor you don't take into account, like hey, I want to stay alive factor. I don't think people take that into account, they're saying, and just like the animosity of it. If you go in as a group, I think they got it. If you go in one at a time, I think the first 99 people are getting their face ripped off, and then you're gonna get your face ripped off as the 100th.
Are there weapons involved?
No weapons.
No, I was just like, I don't even know how you're supposed to hold back a gorilla with
I
your
think
bare
if everybody
hands.
goes at the same time and just starts going at it, we don't
just like pile on top.
Pile on, absolutely.
We don't advocate for animal violence, but just in this like scenario,
I think more people would just be hurt trying to
you
stop
think the gorilla would win?
Yeah, just because like I think, well, not to be rude, but can 100 people even coordinate to have the same plan?
I think if you gave it like 6 months to plan, and these people were like dedicated to the cause of like,
you have to have 100 strangers going. That's it.
Okay, what if there's something at stake? What if it's like, hey, if you
Your
guys
life is at stake already. What are you talking about?
Right. Hey, this gorilla signed a consent form to be in this fight, and if he dies, he's cool with it. Like, and his body will be donated to gorilla research. You get 100 people signed up. Maybe get some MMA fighters in there, some professional wrestlers, some strongmen, some female soccer players. Those people are buff. Weightlifters, golfers, I don't know. People that can do some serious damage. And they all go in and try to fight the same gorilla. I think if coordination and time, they could do it.
Yeah, I just don't know how you coordinate and plan with 100 strangers all together. I think it'd be kind of a chaotic situation.
People do it all the time.
Well, yeah, but on the spot with a raging gorilla.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Around,
6 months,
kinda...
like you have a plan.
Maybe
prep
for it. But that's goofy.
I say for the prep, you put your strongest person in a gorilla costume, and you just make them go like bananas. Get it?
Boo.
Okay, well, speaking of, females, jeez. Speaking of famous...
Wow, a classic dude on a podcast dropping the females.
No, speaking of, I meant to say famous people.
Sure.
Oh, man. Freudian slip. Speaking of famous people that would be able to take on a gorilla, famous people also don't just fight animals. They own franchises.
Fair.
It's a great segue.
Yeah.
Because today what we're going to do, based on a video I saw where a certain celebrity owns a ton of franchises and a lot of them, it kind of triggered me to do this episode where we're going to guess celebrities and the franchises they own and how many of a franchise they own.
Okay.
So maybe not your standard nerdy topic, but I think people are nerdy about celebrities and food in general. So these are all food-based.
Okay.
So these are random celebrities, some athletes, singers, actors, and they own franchises. And I'm going to give you the name of a franchise.
Okay.
You tell me which celebrity out of these celebrities you think owns it. And then afterwards, we're going to try to guess how many they own.
Okay.
And we'll be like closest without going over Price is Right rules. Gets the win there. And so I will give you a list of the celebrities. I'm going to name them off for our listeners and for our watchers because I'm not going to put the list on screen. But here are the celebrities for you to choose from. Drew Brees, Shaquille O'Neal, Megan Thee Stallion, Patrick Mahomes, Pitbull, Peyton Manning, Rick Ross, Magic Johnson, Kim Kardashian, Venus Williams, and Drake. So those are your options. Listeners, if you want to hear them again, just play it back. Keep giving us views and listens, you know. Maybe do it 100 times. I don't know. Maybe watch the video 100 times.
Whoa.
Challenge.
One video, 100 watches. Who wins, you know?
2 wins indeed.
You guys know the rules?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to start off with Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice. Let's go with Kim Kardashian because she's into those health food stuff.
Okay, you're going Kim Kardashian. Who are you saying, Steph?
I could see that. I was thinking maybe Venus Williams because it's like sporty and that just makes sense. She gets sweaty. She's like, man, I could really go for a guava pineapple smoothie.
Absolutely.
I say
And
that every
so
time I
she's
play
like-
tennis.
And so then she goes and buys the franchise. I don't know. I think that just makes sense to me.
Well, the actual answer is Venus Williams.
Oh, congrats, Steph.
Yes.
Good gut.
Okay.
Sports people love smoothies.
They sure do.
Just like they like, what is it? Those like weird protein shakes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And I'll help you guys out just because this one's a little lower compared to some of the other ones.
Okay.
I will say it's under 25. So from 1 to 25, how many, without going over, do you think Venus Williams owns of Jamba
how
Juice?
many Jamba Juices are in the LA area?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yes, exactly.
I've never been to a Jamba Juice. We have
Really?
I
Never?
have.
I have.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they at?
I went to one in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
There was one around locally. I closed down, but
Okay. I've only been to like Pulp, and then what was the other one? Like Tropical Cafe or whatever that was.
Yeah. Tropical Breeze or something like that.
Yeah, that was like
Is it
there was in
Tropical
our mall.
Smoothie?
Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Yeah, I think
I don't
that's
know. A lot of just smoothie places that either
Right.
have their name or are similar to
it.
it.
Right. So how many of you guys guessing? Steph, you won, so I'll let you guess
Okay,
first.
I'll say 13. I don't know why.
What?
I wish I knew. Do tennis players have numbers?
No.
No, dang. Okay, because I was gonna say I wish I knew her number because
That's
I'm like,
hilarious.
I
Her
didn't
tennis
go off
number's
of that.
13.
Her tennis number, I don't know. And then I was like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think tennis people do have
That's
numbers.
so funny.
But I would say 13. It's just the number.
Okay, Larissa.
It's so wild because we must be on some sort of psychic link because I was also gonna say 13
That's
because it's a
crazy.
fun number. But since you've already stole that from me, no, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go with 8.
8.
Mhm.
Okay. It is closest without going over. However, just in general, Larissa is the closest.
Okay.
It's only
Okay.
5. It's only 5.
Oh, wow.
Next one we're going to go to is Jimmy John's.
Ooh.
Who
Okay.
owns some Jimmy John's franchise locations?
I think it's Peyton Manning. I think Jimmy John's is a
Ooh.
little basic sandwich.
Okay.
I think
Oh.
Peyton Manning.
Mhm.
Peyton Manning just seems like a basic dude, like a basic retired football dude.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair.
He's doing the commercials, right? You see him on TV doing
Absolutely.
commercials now.
Mhm.
So I feel like I could definitely just see him holding up, Jimmy John's, and he throws it like
Yep.
a football in the commercial. It makes sense. It's the pieces are clicking. So I'm gonna say
Mm.
Peyton Manning.
You're saying Peyton Manning. Okay.
Yes.
Larissa?
I may or may not be cheating because
You know this?
I may or may not know this based off of the TikTok video that you drew inspiration from. Is this the good old Shaquille O'Neal? Does he own the Papa J's? You know, is he
This
shooting
isn't
hoops
Papa
during the
John's. This
game?
is Jimmy John's.
Oh, Jimmy John's, not Papa John's. Okay, that makes a difference. Okay.
Peyton Manning wouldn't be throwing a pizza like a football. He's throwing a
That's fair.
sub.
I
That's
guess he
fair.
could roll it up and then like tie it
Yes.
together. And,
That's
yeah.
good.
Jimmy
Jimmy
John's.
John's.
The sandwich
That changes
brand.
it. You know
who
what?
just started doing toasted subs, by the way.
They did. I
Oh.
saw that. So we'll have to try it because you don't like Jimmy John's for that reason. And now that they have toasted subs,
They're
you might have
okay,
to give
yeah.
them a try again.
Absolutely.
Like I said, basic.
Right. I'm
Not
going to go.
as basic as Firehouse subs. I've got
Mhm.
beef with you, even though I've never eaten
I've-
it before.
I've never had it.
Me
That's
neither.
so funny. I'm going to think, are there Jimmy John's in Canada? I'm going to go with Drake. I know it's an oddball answer, but I feel like there's Jimmy John's in Canada, and Drake's also kind of a basic guy, so
That is very true.
Yeah.
Okay, good reasoning, good guesses. Steph, I would say you're technically closer because
Ooh.
although it is a generic white football man, it is not Peyton Manning. It is actually Drew
Oh,
Brees,
No.
Okay.
the other generic white boring quarterback.
See, I was thinking my second guess was Patrick Mahomes, which is also a
Fair
football
enough.
dude. So
That's pretty good.
right,
Yes, just not retired
Okay.
white or basic. I
That's
mean, well,
fair.
it's kind of basic, but
I had the right idea, which is fun.
yes.
Now that I came up with the idea, I can't get out of my head like a commercial just pops
Absolutely.
in the sub like a football. I just said that it keeps
That's
replaying in my
good.
mind.
That's fair because in Happy Gilmore, he hits the subway sub like a golf ball.
Does he
I've
really?
never
That's
seen that.
funny.
Have you ever seen Happy Gilmore?
No.
Oh, it's funny for the time. Okay, so how many Jimmy John's franchises? I will say under 25 again. Do you
Okay.
think Drew Brees owns? Should I keep giving you guys the cap limit, or
Yes.
should I just
Yes,
let you?
that's
Okay,
very
That
helpful.
helps. I would have
Okay,
been like,
okay.
I don't know, 1,000. I think it's more than 5 than last time with Venus. Because I feel like it's easier to have the business. Like maybe it's a little more successful than a smoothie place would be. But I don't know if it's quite 13. So I'm going to do maybe a safe 11.
11. Okay,
Ooh.
Larissa, what are you thinking on this one?
I'm gonna go with 15. Just gonna go for
15.
it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, 15 is incorrect. The correct
Darn.
answer is 9.
Wow.
So, Steph, you were technically closer. Yeah.
That was my second guess, and I should have went for that.
Out of all the franchises I've seen and the ones I was able to research, I was surprised I didn't see any Subways. It's the number
Oh,
one like
interesting.
franchise out there, and it's like so cheap to open. I think for the most part, it's like
Right.
just like a $10,000 down payment, which is a
Huh.
lot of money, but to get started, it's not much money. So, okay, next we're gonna go with Wingstop.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Wingstop.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson. Wings feel like
Oh.
a basketball food to me. I can't say why. They just do. You know, you're going to the bar with your friends, you get some wings, and you're watching the basketball game. It's a good fall, winter food.
That's fair. Fair assessment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Steph, who are you thinking and why?
I was thinking that one just because I didn't know. Who's Rick Ross? Remind me of that one.
Rick Ross is. Let me give you his actual like little bio real quick.
Ooh.
That's like the
I-
only other one I don't know.
He's a rapper, and
Okay.
I think he's done some. I thought he did some acting, but it says he's primarily known for rap.
Mhm.
He was born in 1976, so he's a bit older.
Mm.
This makes us sound lame for not knowing like his
I'm gonna go
work.
with I'm gonna go with him. I feel like
Okay.
more middle-aged older guys like wings. It's a classic. That's all I know. So that's the only guess I have.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so Larissa, you went with Magic Johnson.
did.
Steph, you're going with Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Steph, you know your franchises today because it is Rick Ross.
That's
Yes.
good.
I guess I'm. You know what's crazy? I didn't mention this, but I did find a 4-leaf clover today.
Hey,
Oh.
that's
So,
so
maybe
good.
that's bringing all this luck to me. Then
I think you
love
should have
that.
disclosed that beforehand. We wouldn't have done anything like this. We would have just done a boring talking episode.
fair.
Steph's cheating with her 4-leaf clover. Okay. All right. Rick Ross does own some Wingstop franchises. How many does he own under 50?
Under 50. Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Hey.
That doesn't mean it goes up super high.
Right.
Yeah.
No, sure.
I'm just putting the cap up.
But now I feel
Moving
like
the
I
needle.
gotta guess
Oh.
higher. Where you go? 21.
21. Okay. Larissa?
Sam, I feel like you're trying to like cheat us on this because it probably would still be just like 5, and you're like, well, you know what? You had it too easy with the cap being generally close.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you guys weren't close on a lot of them, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna go with 5. You know, I feel like you're double crossing us.
No, Larissa, you're thinking too deeply into this. I did
Darn.
raise it for a reason because the answer is 25.
Whoa, okay, close.
And I guess I could have said the cap was 25 still.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
it's
feel
true.
like you wouldn't have gotten anywhere close to that still.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's a lot of locations.
That's
Mhm.
25 Wingstops. I wonder if he owns the one in our town.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. Well, it's technically on the border, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, Rick Ross, 25 Wingstops. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Next one we're going to do is who owns some Whataburgers?
Okay.
What a burger.
What a burger. What a burger indeed. What is a burger? What a burger?
Whataburger?
Yeah,
I don't
what
think
is
it's
what a
Pitbull.
burger?
He's a Florida boy, and Whataburger did not happen in Florida, so I don't think it's him. Like, that's just a personal. I don't think so. I'm kind of feeling like Shaquille.
Oh,
But I don't know if that's right. I'm kind of like iffy. This is my super iffy guess. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that. No particular reason. I actually don't have any gut feelings about this one.
No specific. Okay, that's fair. No specific
Yeah.
reasons. Understood.
Other than just
It's just
I don't
not
think
Pitbull.
I think it's not Pitbull.
There's a
That
lot of
one-
other options,
that's
just
like,
not Pitbull.
I'm sure of.
Let me see. I'm gonna go with Kim K. That's my gut.
For what reason?
And I feel I don't know.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, like she's also into like beauty and health. Like I know that's what she's mostly known for, but she'll put her name and slap on her brand on pretty much anything. Like she has no bars hold for like anything. And I feel like she would definitely sponsor a Whataburger. You know, it feels very LA. So yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so who's technically close on this one?
no,
Neither of us
both
got it.
wrong.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm gonna say Steph's technically closer because he's an athlete. The answer is
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Okay.
Based on like who's more annoying, Kim Kardashian than Shaq. Obviously, Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes is really annoying.
Mhm.
But okay, how many under 25 of these does he own?
Okay.
Ooh. Is this the one that originated in Texas? Am I crazy for thinking that?
I think so. I think it's a Texas-based
That's what
chain.
I thought it was Texas-based. Okay.
So I will give you a hint. I do believe he owns these ones all in Kansas,
okay.
and he wants to open up to 30 one day.
Wow.
That's his goal is 30 Whataburgers.
That's
But
wild.
this number
Let's
is
say
under 25.
6.
6? Okay.
I'm gonna go with 23.
23.
Magic number.
That is a magic number.
Mhm.
Steph, you are closest without going
Sorry.
over. The answer is 8.
Okay.
Larissa, have you gotten any correct yet?
No. Take pity
I think
on
you were
me.
closer on Venus Williams Jamba Juice, weren't you?
I think so, yeah.
I guess. Well, on the number, yes.
Yes, on the number. Yeah. Yeah, you
I
got
was
the
like, I guessed
person right.
that right.
This next one
Mm-hmm.
is not technically an amount of franchises they own,
Mm-hmm.
but they own 50% stake
Whoa.
of this franchise.
Okay.
That's
So
huge.
I'm giving you that ahead of time
Okay.
because there's technically no number on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is just kind of a little bonus
Wow,
round.
what an
Who owns
investment.
50% of Dave's Hot Chicken?
Whoa.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a smaller brand of chicken shop. It's like their whole
With
thing
very,
is that
very hot chicken.
yes, it's very hot. Like atomic, like make your stomach upset, even for people like me who like spicy foods.
Yeah, I was gonna say you,
Okay.
Larissa, and your husband, who both like spicy foods,
Yes.
probably would be too much for him too.
Yeah, it's really intense.
Okay.
Well, they did open one near us and then it closed. So 50%. Wow. For a failing chicken company based off of our regional statistics that we know.
Regional statistics. What are you thinking, Larissa?
I keep getting them wrong, but my gut says Drake.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Steph? Who are you thinking?
I initially was thinking Shaquille because I feel like he kind of is smart about how he plays his business. But I also don't think, I don't know. I think I'll go with Shaquille. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, I was considering Pitbull because I know he sings in this
Oh,
like
spicy.
Lego. Yeah,
Right,
but I was like,
Oh.
but I don't think it's him.
No, I don't either.
So I'll do Shaquille's again.
Okay.
Yes.
What I will say, Steph, you must have picked up that 4-leaf clover today and then stepped on it because the correct
Oh.
answer is Drake.
Okay.
Hey,
Larissa.
There you go.
finally got it. Is
Larissa,
it
you got one.
Canadian-based company?
I don't know. I mean, he primarily lives in the United States, so
Oh,
he's
sure,
from
but-
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, but he always likes to represent Canada. Like, that's his whole shtick.
Yeah, 50%. That's what I was able to find because it said he owned some franchises and
Interesting.
the number wasn't clear,
Mm-hmm.
but everything else I could find says he owned 50% of the company. So,
well, Drake, you picked another loser. What can I say?
oh, and it's probably a loser.
It
Okay,
is.
no lawsuit. All right, next one we're gonna go to is let's do Papa John's.
Papa J.
Papa John's.
Daddy John's. Father Jonathan's.
I don't know why, but her name's just calling to me. Megan the Stallion. I feel like she likes a good pizza.
I get that vibe too, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's just calling to me.
That's fair. Okay.
I think this is my prior knowledge finally becoming an advantage for me. I think this is Shaq.
Okay. I do believe Shaq might own some Papa John's, but in this case, he's not the one I have on the list because I think this person may own more than him of these. Under 50, how many Papa John's does Peyton Manning own? And that's the answer. Peyton Manning.
We're having repeats?
No, you did Drew Brees.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I got messed up because I wrote Peyton down because I guessed him. Oh, okay. I forgot he was even a contender.
Oh, yeah. Always a contender.
Okay.
Surprised you got it wrong because you were talking about him earlier, slinging pizzas, you know?
That's true. That's funny. Well, that was Larissa.
It was.
Talking about that. Fair.
Yeah, you guys are like the same mind.
50. We're going to say, I'm going to do a good, let's just guess a fun 32. Let's just put it in the 30s.
I like it. I like where you're headed. I'm going to go with 28.
28? Larissa, you are closer.
Whoa.
Because it was 21.
Wow. Okay.
So I raised it up a bit. It could have been under 25 again. 21's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, yeah.
21
for
is
sure.
a lot. Next on our list, why don't we do, let's do Five Guys, Burgers and Fries.
Oh.
This is definitely Shaq.
You think this one's Shaq?
This one's definitely Shaq.
You're saying definitely, but you don't know. You thought definitely on the Papa John's.
Well, I think he does own Papa John's too, and you just don't have that information gathered, so.
I just have people in their franchises.
Then I will say, I don't want to guess the same thing just in case. I guess I'll say Magic Johnson.
Okay. Both basketball players, both retired. The correct answer is, though, Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, Larissa did cheat a little bit.
Well, you're the one who added him to this list knowing that I watched the video.
I didn't. I forgot. So, under 200,
My.
how many
That's a
franchise
lot.
locations of Five Guys, Burgers and Fries does Shaquille O'Neal own?
I think it's like 155.
You're saying 155.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Steph, how many are you saying?
I'm going to say, would it be crazy if I just said like the number one? I just know it's not.
Just owns
Just
one
what?
Five Guys, and I just
That would
raised the
just be
stakes.
so funny.
It would
But
be
no,
really good.
I'm going to say, we'll just do a classic 100.
100. Larissa, you must have a really good memory
I
from
do have
that
a
one
good
video
memory.
because it is 155.
It's
crazy.
insane. Like,
So
that's
do you
gotta
feel
be
like
like
you
a
get a little
quarter
cheat
of
there?
them all. Like, how many
It could
Five
be.
Guys are there? Like, I know that they're closing down
There's
locations.
at least 155.
Yeah, exactly.
At least 155, absolutely. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Cilantro Taco Grill.
Oh.
Okay, is it my turn to guess first?
Yes.
Pitbull, dale, let's go.
Mhm.
Surely, it's gotta be Pitbull,
Okay, any reason why?
dale.
He's our Latin boy, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Okay. Larissa, what are you going to guess?
You know what? In the spirit of competition, I think I'm gonna go for Megan the Stallion. Just switching it up. She feels like she's a taco loving girl. Not only does she probably like pizza, like she'll probably smash some tacos. I feel it.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. That's a good reasoning.
Yeah.
Steph is correct. This one was kind of an
I
easy
figured,
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're going to guess how many under 25, okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a bonus question after for this one. So
Ooh.
how many under 25?
Dang, I wish it was like a higher number because I'd say 305 if I could.
How
He's
many
Mr.
under
305.
306 are there?
No, you know what? I'll say 5 because we're ending 305. We'll do that.
Okay,
5.
5. Okay.
I'll
Larissa?
go 3 then, because that's the other number.
Boring. The answer's 15.
Wow, it's a lot.
Okay.
For a bonus question,
Mhm.
which city
Miami.
is Cilantro Taco Grill based out of?
Oh,
Miami.
based out of.
Well, it seems to be, based on what I was able to see, this is the only area this fast food franchise exists.
I'm assuming Miami.
I don't know, though. Okay, you're saying Miami. I don't know if that's true. This is just what the one website was telling me. Larissa, where are you saying?
Florida Keys, one of the Florida Keys.
Okay, the actual answer is Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I could be wrong on if it's only in Chicago, so correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. Put it in the comments down below. You know, while you're there, why don't you like and subscribe too on, social media
Absolutely.
and Spotify and YouTube. I'm plugging us. I'm plugging hard today. Okay. We got that down. What is Pitbull's actual first name?
Oh shoot, I used
don't
to
know it
know
either.
this.
All right.
Oh,
Mr. Worldwide. Okay. Next, we're going to go with Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Popeyes. Who owns some Popeyes?
Let's go with, I don't think Magic Johnson has been right anytime yet, so I'm gonna go with Magic Johnson. I don't know. Classic franchise, classic athletes.
Okay.
You know, it's been around for a while and people love Popeyes.
Absolutely. That's a good reason.
I was going to guess that, so you took my answer.
Hey.
So I'm going to say Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like lots of people like Popeyes. I think that's just a pretty popular fast food chain in general.
A lot of people do like Popeyes, but do either of these people like Popeyes? They do, because Megan Thee Stallion owns some franchises.
Nice.
Good job, Steph.
Oh
Under
my goodness.
25, how many does Megan own?
7.
7, okay.
My gut was 8, so I'm gonna go with 8.
8. Ooh, unfortunately, your gut was wrong. The answer is 5.
Oh my goodness.
5. So Steph's a little bit closer on this one. So for this next one, there are 2 celebrities left.
Is this gonna be our last one then?
I've got a little bit after that.
Okay,
But which franchise do both of these celebrities own?
Whoa.
It is a fast food franchise, and they both own some of these. So the celebrities, for people listening that aren't keeping track for whatever reason, you don't have your spreadsheet out, is Magic Johnson and Kim Kardashian. Which fast food franchise do these celebrities own?
I'm gonna go with McDonald's.
Okay. Steph?
I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to expand it. You know what? I'm trying to expand my horizons because I'm assuming, I know Kim is more of a Cali girl. I don't know where Magic's from, but I'm assuming California because I'm just going to assume they're celebrities. No, whatever. I was going to say In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out. Okay. You guys are both in the right realm of burger fast food chains. Unfortunately, you're thinking too low in the... what is it? The monarchy of burger restaurants, because it's Burger King.
Oh no! I was gonna guess that too, but I was like, "There's no way."
One.
Yeah, I was like, Kim K would not even touch Burger King with a 5-foot pole, but apparently she does.
Now, how much do each of them own? I'll say under 50 for both. I'm not going to tell you if that's too high, too low.
Okay.
Under 50 for both of them. Let's go start with Kim K. How many Burger Kings under 50 does she own?
She owns under 50. I'm just gonna guess. She owns 42. She has the
42.
money to own a lot.
It's true.
I feel like
absolutely.
For Matt, or do you want to guess Kim's and then
we'll do Kim first, then we'll do Magic. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 2 because she just added it to her portfolio for diversity.
Unfortunately, Kim has expanded a little bit further on her DEI burger platform. It is 10 Burger King locations.
Oh.
That's not like I was thinking.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So Larissa, you're definitely a little bit closer there. And what about Magic Johnson under 50? How many Burger King locations does he own?
He owns a lot. So I'm gonna say 42.
42. Okay, that's
Larissa,
Steph's
what
old
number did you guess?
Sorry.
42.
No,
that's
no. What before for Kim?
2.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2.
Technically closest without going over is Steph, but closer is Larissa. It was 30.
It's crazy.
He owns 30 Burger Kings. Yeah.
Wow.
Larissa, you got that one. Your gut was telling you right with the numbers there.
So he also used to own Starbucks.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
How many 1 through 100 in that spectrum did he own?
Magic
Starbucks.
Johnson?
Yep.
72.
1 through 100.
Wait,
okay.
what was his basketball number?
23.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Magic
I'm
Johnson?
thinking of someone else. I apologize.
You're thinking of Michael Jordan.
I am thinking of Michael Jordan.
Oh.
Or LeBron James.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
He was number 32, so you were kind of close on that.
Oh, just reversed,
At least when he played on the Lakers. Yeah, he was 32.
You said 100. I'm still going to go with 72. It's my favorite number, so we'll go with
72. Larissa, how many are you going with?
35.
35. The answer was 100.
Whoa.
At a minimum. They think it might be over.
Wow.
But at one point, he owned, it says, at least 100 Starbucks and sold them all in 2010 for...
Wow, so he was probably one of the first starters that really helped them expand and grow.
Probably as a franchisee owner, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember Starbucks being popular in our area until about 2010, so...
Absolutely.
Wow.
So, Larissa, I think you know the answer to, well, that spoils it. Never mind. Okay. I was going to say, which celebrity do you think also owns 17 Auntie Anne's?
Yeah, I know that one. It was Shaq, yeah.
It was Shaq. He also owns 17 Auntie Anne's. I think he owns some Papa John's. And he also owns 40 24-hour fitness locations.
Mhm.
There were a lot of celebrities on here who own fitness-based locations,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if they were like specific to that celebrity, so I didn't throw them on here. So that's everybody I got today. That's all their franchises. If you know of another celebrity that owns a lot of franchises, maybe they do own some Subways or some In-N-Out or whatever, let us know in the comments down below. If you own a franchise, let us know.
Yeah.
If you want
a
a
sponsor for
Shifting
us.
Tones, if you want to sponsor Shifting Tones, let us know. If you want to own a Shifting Tones franchise, let us know.
Mm.
What that means is you listen to Shifting Tones wherever you go, and then you send us a bunch of money for just listening. Okay, so thank you guys so much for always being a part of our show. We really appreciate it. You know, if you're out there and you're listening, you love it, tell a friend, tell a family member, share it with them. We've got 80 episodes. This is episode 80, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
80 episodes of Shifting Tones podcast, and now Shifting Tones podcast in video,
Mhm.
because the last, I don't know, 10, 20 episodes or whatever have been on YouTube, and so you can go watch those. We're not big. We're
No.
not sponsored by anybody. We are literally probably only growing by word of mouth.
Mhm.
And, you know, social media really wasn't doing it for us.
Nope.
I'm kind of active on there. I'll post an episode maybe here and there. I forget to do it, but it's not like it was helping all that much. So tell a friend, tell a family member, share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to share it. And just, you know, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. You can follow us on Shifting Tones Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Reddit, and Blue Sky. You can follow Spiffy Steffi at
Yes.
Spiffy Steffi. You can follow Larissa at Larissa.Schaefer, and you can follow me at Sir Captain Sam. Thank you guys again so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.